What's up, everybody? We're into the back half of Gen V Season 2 now, and we've got a huge connection to the main show coming into play this week. Let's dive into episode 205. The creators kick things off with a flashback, going back a month in time, and Cipher even looks like a creep when he's gardening. But oh, it gets worse because they get right to their antics immediately with Cipher taking care of the burn victim, and we see everything, and I did not need to see everything, who he says is Thomas Godolkin, but in perfect fashion, just as they crank up the weird, they hit you with something, and this week, that was none other than Sister Sage. She was introduced into the TV universe in The Boys Season 4, and she has superhuman intelligence. The V, it boosted her brains, and so much so that she gives herself, or rather, even in some scenarios, she has her boy toys give her lobotomies. Oh, and that poor gnome from last week, that was a gift from her as she comes over to bang Cipher, because why wouldn't they be a thing? Just two freak shows, and talk about foreshadowing with the gnome scene, it was the craziest way of doing it. Anyway, we got an incredible scene here in the locker room after Jordan and Marie's fight. For one, Jordan describes Cypher's powers just as I interpreted them. He takes the driver's seat of your car from you. But two, it's just a chilling scene as he reveals that he sent Kate to Elmira, and we see her get some first-hand experience of what she treated her friends to over the summer. She got them sent there with their actions at the end of season 1, and even with that, the trio, Marie, Jordan, and Emma, are launching a rescue mission. They know Elmira's above their security since Marie's escape and the others' attempted escape, the fatal attempt for Andre, and so they're turning to Sam for help. But he's back home. He's simply done with God You. He's done with being a soup. He's teetering on his breaking point in terrifyingly calm fashion. I want to talk about Cypher though, because Hamish Linklater took it to the next level this week. He's been good already, and Cypher, of course, has been a great character, so that helps, and he's also been so fun to theorize about, but it was just different this week. His performance here truly puts you into Polarity's shoes, it just jumps off the screen. But getting back to Sam, he comes off the bench after having no screen time in episode 4, and he gets a major chunk to kick off the back half of the season. This was genuinely a great moment between him and his dad, only for it to, as things so often do, for Sam quickly go to shit. Sam freaks when he thinks his mom called Vought to get him out of the house, and he hits his pops with a wild stray before we get a very, very strange cut to end this scene. That's just a nitpick though, just something that stood out to me as we move on to the trio taking their shot at rescuing Kate. But Emma was right, Cypher set a trap and they walked right into it. They're caught, and Elmira is their home once again, which I'm actually starting to think that maybe Andre's dad might just make the same sacrifice that Andre did himself for the Guardian's freedom. Regardless, Sage shows up again, this time in the present, and we get the reminder that she became the CEO of Vought over in the main show last season, but more importantly, we get some more info on what the hell is going on at Elmira, and it's sinister. Basically, it's a training facility for Cipher to cruelly expedite the fulfillment of any given soup's potential. Speaking of potential, it was nice to see a bit of growth from Sam soon after his incident with his dad. He'd usually, spaz the fuck out if he found out that he was being lied to, but he handles it pretty well here as he gets some clarity on the fucked up lens that he's forced to live through. We even got to see the good side of Sam that's always been there but isn't always out, the childish side, the innocent side, telling his mom that those swings are where he saw his first coochie. But in all seriousness, we got another massive development about Cypher this week, a potential weakness actually. It seems that the people he's controlling, who he's in the driver's seat for, might just have access to his thoughts and his feelings. Jordan says that she felt his everlasting pain when he was in control during the fight, and Cypher's clearly shaken by that comment. But, as he always does, he's got something up his sleeve. He's got Marie's sister, Annabeth, at Elmira. The episode closed with Kate faking a guard out, and he's cooked with her powers on the fritz. Best case, and this is being optimistic, he's got one good eye. But the Guardians are escaping Elmira. Again, they get out of their cells without even breaking a sweat, only to find Annabeth in a pool of her own blood. It's just like Andre's mistake at the bar back in the very first episode. It's a mess that only Marie can clean up. Except this time, instead of saving a life that would have been lost due to a mistake, she's reviving her sister just because Cypher's fucked up. This whole escape attempt, it was Cypher's way of pushing Marie, of training her because she refused to go back to their one-on-ones after he took over Jordan in their fight. He's starting to remind me a lot of Mr. Sinister. But that was an incredible episode. I'd say it was probably, no, you know what? I would say it was definitely the best episode of the season so far, and it picked up some serious momentum for the home stretch. I still think Cypher's either A, Godolkin's son, or B, a meat puppet being controlled by the burnt Thomas Godolkin, but I want to add on to the season 2 speculation here and kind of shift away from Cypher for a second to wrap things up because I think that Annabeth, Marie's sister, is 100% a soup. And so that's going to do it for my breakdown of Gen V episode 205. I can't wait to see how the Guardians escape Elmira this time, but I want to know what you guys thought about this week's episode, so let me know down in the comments below and make sure you have a great day.